some network issues from time to time that we have to deal with. So I apologize for that. In the meantime, if you are listening, one thing you need to do to help us out. If you like this show, you want to keep it on the air, one way to show us you're listening is to go to thehometownheartbeat.com, click on the podcast button there at the top. Make sure you subscribe, or you can search for Hometown Heartbeat with Zach Walker anywhere where you listen to podcasts. Please make sure you subscribe and you give us rate us, recommend us, all those things. Really help us out getting support for the show. We love doing this, and we want to stick around for a while. And one of the ways for you to show your appreciation or just show us that you're listening is to subscribe to the podcast. It, again, really lets us know you're listening and helps us with our sponsors and allows us to stay on the air. I don't know if you know how the radio works, but got to have sponsors stay on the air. And so one of the great ways to show sponsors love is to let them see our podcast numbers, show them how many people are listening to us. Plus, who doesn't want to get an archived version of this every day sent directly to their phone, commercial free? So I've got some coronavirus news I'd like to share, and then I'd like to take your calls. So go ahead and get dialed up, 1-866-494-WVNN. Get dialed up, get ready to go. But a cure for the coronavirus.
Yeah, I've seen this.
I don't think you've seen this one.
Okay.
My suggestion, just tell Hillary Clinton that coronavirus plans to testify against it. You know she'll kill it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
No.
Connor, do you like that one?
I guess about 4 years too late.
Oh, gosh. Gosh, Connor. Gosh. That hurts my feelings a little bit. I thought that was a good joke. Anyways, that was pretty. I thought it was pretty funny. But there is a talk of a cure out of. My wife sent it to me the other day. Do you know what I'm talking? Oh gosh, here we go. I got to pull it up now. They're claiming there's a cure in. Is it not? It's not Israel, is it? Where? Neither. You said you'd seen it. Where are you at here, Dallas? Speak up. Can't hear you.
I've seen it. I don't remember.
The silence is deafening. Israel. I nailed it.
Israel, yeah.
So I don't know what kind of truth you give to this, but Israel announces an antibody that neutralizes coronavirus even amongst the infected. Israel Institute for Biological Research and the Israeli Ministry of Defense announced that development phase of an antibody that would be effective in neutralizing cars. I think I have dyslexia.
Like while you're speaking?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to read, and I just put numbers.
Okay.
See, look, I was trying to say letters, and I ended up saying numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
I don't think that's dyslexia.
It's probably not. But I don't. Does anybody think there's any truth to this?
Why wouldn't there be?
Because you would think it would be getting more press than it's getting if it's real. But then again, I guess it wouldn't fit the narrative, so it might not get any press at all.
I don't know. I mean, I hope it's real, obviously. And
this is all about getting to November. They just want to get to November. In December, the whole thing will go away. The whole thing will go away. I mean, because it went away. If you remember, when George Floyd was killed, the coronavirus didn't even matter.
Well, I bet if Trump wins, it stays.
Well, they can't make it stick around for 4 years.
No, but I mean, it's something to... it's.
I think I think this is a last ditch effort to try to get November mail in and try to do some things there and whatever else. But so I've got a question for you, young bucks. What generation are you? If I'm a millennial, are you
Gen Z?
Why could we not have come up with a better name? What's the next one going to be? Gen A? Or are we going to circle back to the top of the alphabet? Like, where are we going next?
Our nickname is Zoomers.
That's the dumbest nickname I've ever heard in my entire life.
We didn't come up with it; your generation did. So
and I've already expressed how I feel about my generation. So let's not get carried away there. Some people have white hate. I have millennial hate. I'm kidding, joking, totally joking, total joke, absolute joke, just kidding. Why are people jumping in Bass Pro fish tanks? Have you guys seen this stuff? It's like a big TikTok thing or something. I don't have TikTok because I don't want China to have all the access to my phone. My wife has it, so they probably already have access to all my phone data and all my sensitive stuff. And I've heard they're going to cancel. I've heard there's talk of completely removing it from the American market. But there's like all these. So I ended up on a headline that said a dude got charged for jumping into the fish tank at Bass Pro. So I Googled it, and dude, a Florida man dives into Bass Pro fish tank. Man wanted for diving in Lee County. TikTok prankster Kevin Wise charged for jumping into Bass Pro Lake. Louisiana man charged. Another Florida man. Like, what? Is this a thing?
You don't find that funny?
No, I think it's freaking hilarious. No, I would, other than the legal ramifications, I'd probably try it. I think it would be a heck of a stunt. But is it a thing? I mean, is this something that Gen Zers are doing or what?
I personally haven't seen this yet.
Connor, have you seen any of this?
I do. No, I'm not on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok either.
But it's like TikTok, YouTube. It's all these. It's the influencer generation, right? Like all these content creators that do these pranks and prank shots and trick shots and all that stuff. Like all it is about getting likes and views and looks and all that. And apparently, it's a pretty common prank. And Bass Pro could probably handle it a little bit better, but they're saying it cost a buttload of money because every time somebody jumps in, they've got to drain the tank, clean it, and all that. I'm like, well,
You're bringing that on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's Tennessee River seems to do okay. And, Gunnersville just was rated the number 2 bass lake in the freaking country over the last 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, and people swim in that joker all the time. So, obviously, you don't have to go in there and clean your tank out every time somebody jumps in it. I mean, unless they got the Rona. But this one kid hit his freaking head, hurt himself. I'm like, well, you kind of get... You kind of get what you
got to take the risk. Like, if that happens, you just got to
If you play dumb games, you get dumb prizes.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, so that's kind of part of it. But I didn't know this was a thing. And quite frankly, it's kind of like all these different challenges, the ice bucket challenge and the Tide Pod challenge and the whatever challenge and the this challenge. It's a bunch of it's what's creating the mob in our country. It's what creates the followers, the sheeple, everybody's a slave to the like or they're a slave to the other people's pressure, peer pressure. I mean, all that. None of that really changes, I guess. But I don't know. It is definitely. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
You've got a point. I think social media definitely helps push.
It does. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Listen, if you haven't, like I said earlier, please take a moment, if you would, please, and go and subscribe to our podcast, The Hometown Heartbeat with Zach Walker, or thehometownheartbeat.com. If you just go there at the top, you'll see a podcast button. Please click on that and give us just subscribe. You'll get the archived version of the show every single day. Give us a rating, 5-star. Click on it. You love us, all that stuff. Go on Facebook. Follow us on The Hometown Heartbeat, Twitter, Your Bearded Host, Instagram. We're all over the place, and we want to interact with you. So you can start at our website, thehometownheartbeat.com, and that will give you access to all of our information. You can email us at show@thehometownheartbeat.com. That would be show@thehometownheartbeat.com. I love you. Have a good weekend. This is Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host, signing off with producer Connor and DJ Dallas for the weekend. We will see you Monday.